30th of May 2026. Adelaide United versus Playford City in round 12. Adelaide United versus Playford City, scheduled to kick off in just under 10 minutes' time in round 12 of the men's RAA NPL South Australia here at Service FM Stadium in Jepps Cross. It's Adelaide United versus Playford City.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved, so fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in high levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you'll surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Service FM Stadium in Jepps Cross for the second match of round 12 in the men's RA NPL South Australia, the first for your Saturday. Adelaide United versus Playford City here in the north of Adelaide. Playford coming off a disappointing loss to West Adelaide last week at home. Adelaide United having won 4 out of their last 5 matches. That one loss was up in the Barossa to Metro Stars. Playford looking to bounce back. They've not won in their last 3. Drew against Burkalla in round 9 and then 0-0 against Adelaide City in round 10. And then, of course, the disappointment of last week against West Adelaide. We'll go through the starting 11 for both sides. Plenty of changes for both, starting for Adelaide United. No Max Fartuli, Panache Madana, of course, released during the week. Harry Crawford as well, their equal top goal scorer alongside Joey Garuccio out. Hamlani Tatu as well as Kalen Alagic. Leaves a few newcomers in. Riyad Rahidi comes in for his starting debut. And Daniel Wojcik as well from Tasmania. He's made 2 appearances previously across this season, but his first start comes this afternoon against Playford City. For Playford, they also have a few outs. Braden French, Tyson Harriman, Santiago Tabares, 3 big ones for them, 2 at the back and 1 at the front. Cameron Harris comes in for his starting debut against his former side. Jackson Kurtz returns through the bench, and Xavier Pratt also drops down to the sideline. Adelaide United coached by Paul Vanis. Playford City by Ben Moore in his 8th year at the club. The 2 captains, Christos Penendes and Ethan Cox of Playford and Adelaide United respectively. Ethan Cox, the oldest member of this Adelaide United squad this afternoon by 2 years. He's 22. The next oldest, Garuccio and Blazovic at 20, as well as Taladera. Has A-League experience. Of course, all the A-League players who have spent time in both the NPL and the national tier are on their break, meaning they can't play at all. Could describe United as depleted, but it's also an opportunity for them to blood a few more young players into what is a reasonably successful season so far. 5 wins, 3 draws, and 3 losses for the young Reds. Playford another flying high, although with a few setbacks these past few weeks. Our referee, Dennis Palashite, with the system referees Henry Day and Joshua Britvek. Don't let the sunshine fool you too much. It has been pouring down in the last half an hour. The sun just seemingly coming out just in time for the football. 3 p.m. kickoff. We're just after that now, but as both sides come out of their huddles, we'll be ready for kickoff in a moment. I'm your commentator, Seb O'Neill. It's lovely to have your company for one of 3 Saturday afternoon kickoffs. Sturt Lions and FK Beergrad just getting underway. And Para Hills Knights versus Croydon. Not too far from here as well. Metro versus Campbelltown later in the Adelaide Derby tomorrow afternoon between West Adelaide and Adelaide City also to come. But our focus does stay here with these 2 sides in Adelaide United and Playford City getting us underway here. Ethan Cox already getting on the ball early as he tries to launch it long. Header will be won by Ben Woolard, but the offside flag has come off anyway. With Burkalla's result against Adelaide Comets last night, Playford have dropped to 3rd for the moment. And even with the current point they have with it sitting 0-0 within the first 40 seconds, still 3rd on goal difference. They need the win today to at least go momentarily second before Metro Stars play later on tonight. Under a bit of pressure here is Fazo Kasumovic. He has to launch quickly across the back of his defence to Malwal Nicola. Harris just being hounded by his former teammate. His starting debut for Playford. Only played the 6 senior matches for the Reds last year in the NPL, starting 2 of them. This is a loose clearance, which lets Patrick McGregor try and win the header. Another former young Red, of course. Was with Mobry Jets last year. And then before that was with the Reds. That's a loose one. Penendes thought about launching from range, but instead opted for the cross to Harris, but it is touched there first. Batistella looks to go down the wing. And still continuing on he is. He puts a cross in. It's over Osby, and first to pounce was possibly Riyad Rahidi. Few shouts of a possible foul, but nothing given as the Reds continue their attack. Thinking about it is Wojcik, and he is fouled and wins a first free kick of the match just over 2 minutes in. Looks to be either of Batistella or Taladera to take this free kick. Here's the option to perhaps go direct if they do wish to do so. It will be Batistella to go in on goal. Was looking for that top left, but instead just curling wide. Launch from out the back. Mullen. The talisman of last season and currently of this season too. Has 8 goals from midfield. Only 3 shy of his 11 last year. An important contributor to this Playford City side. Even more so since they've been in the NPL. McGregor chases the ball down, puts it in for Mullen. And his shot goes into the behind netting of the southern end of Jeps Cross here at Service FM Stadium. Nearly caught there. Monga. Taladera. Just driving through the midfield. Now with Blazovic. And working this well are United. Loose touch initially by Stam, and it is let go until Taladera tries to reclaim, but given right back to Penendes, and now shot to Babasaki through on. Nicola trying to trap back the Japanese attacker. Dan Ryan. Another we haven't mentioned yet, his first start of the season in the league. Babasaki just caught on a tight angle and can't battle past Marwal Nicola. Ball switched. And on a bit of a run is Riyad Rahidi on this left wing. Rahidi, it's the right idea, but offside was Liam Stam. to slide in for that one was Stamp. Blazovic, another switch ball, which Battistella has just got enough on the touch. Puts it in low. Away initially by Allgate. The Reds' attack continues on. Back with Fazo Kusumovic. Was included in the A-League squad, only was on the bench for one match, and that was back in round one against Sydney FC, as it was a loose one from Fazo there. The captain Penendez trying to pounce upon him, and that's another loose touch there from Daniel Wojcik. Some needless giveaways really from both sides at the moment. Playford though, trying to find the benefit, but that one's right to Ethan Cox in his hands. Monga. Another loose pass and a giveaway. Babasaki couldn't get his head to it first. This match already not really showing who's on top. United maybe having a few more opportunities forward, but we've seen them give it away at the back far too many times already. Playford just unable to capitalise in these open stages of the match. That's a very long one by Ethan Cox. Header back forward. And Ryan trying to flick it back on. Nicola back to Ethan Cox. Sumovic. Blazovic. Another one which Wojcik that time couldn't get to. And then the same for Mullen to Harris. And that one will roll out again. Nicola. A junior of Para Hills Knights. Only really just down the road here from Jeps Cross. Sumovic. Cox. Again, a long ball, which Harris will get his head to first. Mullen. His touch makes him drop deep. Woolard. Now Allgate. Goes long towards Shota Babasaki. And Monga has some work to do here. It was Babasaki committing the foul on the fullback in Israel Monga. Monga and Nicola, both fullbacks in their own rights. It will be interesting to see the shape in which Adelaide United do take throughout the match. Even Monga perhaps sitting as that central defender, moving up into that defensive midfield role. Somewhat versatile, even was brought up front against West Adelaide at Coopers a month or so ago and scored when he was brought on. Blazovic. Taladera finds the switch. Allgate wins the header. Only far as Garuccio. Allgate again had an offside Battistella behind him. Osbite. His ball only finding Alex Battistella. Tries to poke one through. Close side with McGregor. Now Penendez, not as forward as perhaps he'd like to be. Of course, this is Playford's first senior match since winning the State League 1 Grand Final here at Service FM Stadium. Didn't play against Adelaide United here last season because that game was up in Mount Barker. It's only a second experience, at least by my records, on this pitch. Adelaide United, of course, much more familiar with their surroundings here. Mullen. Now Dan Ryan. McGregor. As Ryan making the run in front of him goes central to Penendez, and that was nearly nicely found towards Dan Ryan by the Playford captain. United now on the counter. Batistella, the Adelaide City former player. Ball goes infield, cleared away. Only as far as Moel Nicola. His ball perhaps a bit too short. Allgate getting a touch first. Claims of a foul, but Harris having to chase it down and not actually keeping it in play. It'll be a United throw. Nil-nil in the other two NPL games currently going on at the moment. Sturt Lions and FK Beograd, no goals, as well as Para Hills and Croydon with no goals. Taladera swings and across. Header only goes backwards and Batistella will keep it in. Thought he might have let it roll out for the corner. Very active early on is Batistella. Nicola decides to go himself down the wing. Has it taken off of him. Harris getting a second go to get it forward. Abasaki doesn't get past Monga. And that's a undirected pass from Monga there. Retrieves it well here. Joins from Goulburn Valley Suns in the VPL2 over in Victoria. 18 years of age is Israel Monga, signed alongside Jake Nadovsky, who is out for the rest of the NPL season due to injury. Rucho tried to just sift that one through. Harris to Babasaki. Mullen. His ball wide. Nicola getting a touch on it and in the end getting it back to Cox as well. That one right to Osby. Flag goes up. Garuccio and Crawford, the equal top goal scorers for United in the league so far this season. Harry Crawford in particular. Very impressive past few weeks, really, across both the NPL and the A-League. Unavailable, but Garuccio is. Here's Rahidi trying to take on his man. Looks for the cutback across goal. In fact, it might have even been a shot from Riyad Rahidi. His starting debut this afternoon, the Under-18s League Player of the Year. Won the cup with the NTC side as well. Top goal scorer at the Emerging Socceroos Championships last year. Attended this year too. Babasaki in on goal, cuts it back. Penendez! That's a good save from Cox. Perhaps not the power that the Playford captain would have liked on it, but Cox getting enough of a touch to keep it out of that top right corner for him, Cox. Rahidi again. His pass goes out. Throw in by Sean Harvey. Himself only really just coming back from injury. His second start, his third match for the 32-year-old former Campbelltown City defender. Over 300 senior appearances in South Australia. That's a good through ball for Battistella. His touch maybe a bit too much. And I think that was his undoing in the end. Gets a corner out of it though. He'll take the corner as well, Will Battistella. Options incoming. Fezo Kasumovic, perhaps a likely target with his height. Monga, another tall player as well to look for. It's a front post corner, headed upwards, and then the bicycle kick. Attempted by, I think it was Izzy Monga, and it was. On a tight angle too, was quite ambitious. Allgate having to chest it down. Woolard, another almost loose enough touch. Taladera pounces first. Puts in a low ball. Kept away. Intercepting again is Fabian Taladera. Red's throw. If and when Adelaide United score, it will be their 400th all-time in the South Australian first tier. So a piece of history on the line for whoever is the next goal scorer for the Reds, whether that be this afternoon or in the weeks to come. Hopefully for us watching this afternoon, there are some goals across both sides. Another loose one, contested and won by Daniel Wojcik. Constant turnovers really from both sides at the moment as we tick to just over 20 minutes in. It's not been the prettiest of watches, to be honest. Other side able to keep possession or string too many passes together. Mullen. Under pressure again. Doesn't get the pass away. And a foul is called by our referee, Dennis Palaszczuk. Taladera went to the Under-20 Asian Cup and the Under-20 World Cup earlier this year. Played 90 minutes against both Italy and Cuba in that tournament. Again, one of the more experienced players in this Adelaide team, another with A-League minutes and A-League matches too. Him, Ethan Cox and Joey Garuccio, the only three in the matchday squad. Two have played in the A-League. Harris puts in a cross and a first-time hit there. Wasn't bad from Shota Babasaki. The cross pinpoint from Harris. Unable to find, or did find Shota Babasaki, but Shota Babasaki unable to find the final perfect touch towards goal. Started this season very well, but had an injury early on. Hasn't scored since in the Cup. A 4-2 loss against Sturt Lions, scoring then. Last 4 matches in which he's been involved with, hasn't gotten that goal. But we saw how he announced himself against Adelaide United in the first round at Ramsey Park, in which they won 4-2 Playford. Some very early goals on in that one. Not to be the same this afternoon and repeated. Garuccio. Sliding in there was Mullen and getting to it. Paul Fernandez just touching it on. Enough for Shota Babasaki, but he's right on the line. Monga having to get him. Babasaki putting in a cross. And the United captain in goals getting there first. Stamp. Chipped into midfield, but not kept. Truscott. Committing a foul against Liam Stam, just pulling him back, I think. Joined from Elizabeth Downs, Bailey Truscott. Of course, last year were in the Sunday Amateur Division, playing the 17 matches and scoring 2 goals for them. On the Rising Star Award as well back in 2015 when he was with Para Hills Knights. Ethan Allgate heading back to Luke Osby. Allgate again at left back. Starting in his 12th match, has started in all matches for Playford so far this season, as has Ben Woolard and Isaac Mullen and Luke Osby. Very much a core to this Playford side, who are seemingly trying to challenge for the title. But just don't find themselves in the best of form at the moment. That draw to Burkalla would have seemed like a loss for them. The 0-0 against City, perhaps lucky to get away with a point in that one. And against West Adelaide last week, just undone by the combination of Stam and Ivanic. But here comes Rahidi. Riyad Rahidi goes bottom corner. And Luke Osby having to make the save and force the corner. High wraps on Riyad Rahidi. 21 goals in the Reserve League last year in 22 matches. 21 of those being starts. Lethal in that league. Only played the 4 previous matches in the first tier so far this season. His first start this afternoon. Blazovic couldn't get his cross in, and trying to retrieve, he fouls Bailey Truscott. Willard. Nicola. Infield to Taladera. Looks for Penendez making the run forward. Monga rising high and getting there first and fairly, more importantly. It's a nice one poked through. That one too much in front of Blazovic by Taladera. Still no goals this afternoon around any of the men's NPL matches, all 0-0 between both Sturt and Beograd and also Para Hills and Croydon. Was a 4-1 scoreline for West Torrens Burkalla last night against Adelaide Comets. Did go down 1-0, but came back thanks to Abdullahi from the bench as well, making a big contribution for Burks. Ben Moore, you can hear that, encouraging his side. Not been too much in terms of attacking action. In all fairness, United probably with the better of the opportunities so far. And Rahidi already causing some early havoc, as well as Alex Battistella on the opposite wing. Bouncing ball. Mullen first. Penendez second, and then unable to get the touch last there was McGregor. High by Harvey. Harris missing it from the touch. That's well took down by Wojcik. That's a driving ball, which was not the ball that was needed in that situation. Penendez goes right back into his path. Monga, though, able to sweep. Another loose one. First there was Blazovic. No foul called by the referee, and Playford play on as they should. They've only not scored in one match so far this season of Adelaide United. That was against FK Beograd in round 2, where they lost 1-0 away. Every other match they've at least gotten on the board once, which does bode well for that 400 goal record. Trying to play themselves out of trouble for the moment. That pass given right back. Goal update from around the grounds thanks to Sportland One World LED. Croydon 1-0 up against Para Hills. Just under half an hour in there. Kasumovic. Few of the away crowd not too pleased by that action. Neo Kato, that goal scorer for Croydon, by the way. Just down the road against Para Hills for Croydon. They themselves trying to put themselves back into form. Monga, his pass too short, but still able to get on it was Stam. And now Stam driving himself up forward, trying to turn, unable to, and wins the free kick. They've only scored the 2 goals from outside of the box of Adelaide United so far this season. Looking to make it a third, perhaps, with this free kick. You would think they go direct here. Either of Stam or Taladera to take it. Stam yet to score a senior NPL goal. Taladera with just the one last year. It will be Taladera high over the bar. Osby will take this goal kick. Wonga winning the header, and Garucho to touch it on. Coming forward here, that's a driving one. Goes wide in the end. Just over 10 minutes until half-time. Adelaide United perhaps the better of the two sides so far. But Playford can be dangerous on a break. Kasumovic. Now Taladera. Rahidi. Taladera. Touched on by Liam Stam. Another loose one in midfield for Wojcik. Now Nicola. Pokes it through. Finds a ball in. Garucho on a tight angle. Tries to set it up for himself on his left. That's a foul. See the referee saying that Kasumovic pushed Penendez and in turn gives away the foul. Member of the Playford coaching staff just been booked there. Not too sure who exactly, but one of them. That's a big touch. Right out for a goal kick. Contested header, won by Harvey. Will be a red start. The looping ball forward from McGregor. Harris. And first time for Babasaki. Mullen. Another loose one. Harris getting a touch, and it's enough to keep it within his possession. Obasaki. Forced out wide once again. Up against Moel Nicola. Nicola just harassing him fairly. So Playford throw. That's well done by Adelaide United. Only just starting now to string some passes together. And that one perhaps in a bit of doubt, and it was in the end. McGregor was not anticipating the ball as well as perhaps Fabian Taladera did. Slip there from Liam Stamp. Not too sure of the idea there from Dan Ryan other than going on goal, but wasn't really the option to go there, I don't think. Garuccio heading that one down. And that's a nice ball in here for Battistella. That was well worked. Just lacked the clinical finish from Alex Battistella. Was looking to add a 5th of the season to his name. Not to be on that occasion. Player who debuted for Adelaide City in the NPL at 15. He's 19 years of age now, Alex Battistella. Been with the youth team of Adelaide United for his 2nd year now. Very much coming into his own this season. Has started all of their matches so far this campaign. Lazovic. Nearly another giveaway. Lazovic. Taladera in short. Having that give and take. Penendez on Taladera, but Taladera being told to get back up. Kasumovic, Penendez just putting on the pressure, but none of it to come to any fruition. That's a naughty one from Taladera on Dan Ryan. Less than 5 minutes left until half-time. Wasted. Right back into the feed of Adelaide United. Just second best so far this afternoon, our Playford. Cox just taking his time to make a decision. Ball goes out. Not sure if it was the right one in the end from that. Nicola wins the ball. Again, just assessing his options and looking to try and take on Ethan Allgate. Trying to go himself is Mawal Nicola. Sliding in there, a first-time strike goes way over from Daniel Wojcik. McGregor. It's another high one for Babasaki to try and win. Fernandez does so on the second ball. It's bouncing awkwardly perhaps for Kasumovic. Rahidi getting the touchdown. And a Reds throw. Final one coming off Harvey. Taladura. Kasumovic, perhaps risky, but finds it very well to Nicola. Garuccio in midfield. His touch doesn't make it through. Fernandez just pausing on his relentless pressing, in which he has done so far this half. Can't imagine it'd be easy. And perhaps even frustrating when he's not getting the ball forward as much as he would like. To have to be doing all this pressing for almost nothing. Doesn't get to that one first. Kasumovic. Back to Cox. Mullen's turn to apply pressure and does do so to win the throw. Sturt and FK Beograd at 0-0 as they're into added time of the first half, and Croydon and Para Hills with 5 minutes left of their first half. Croydon, courtesy of Yu Kato, up 1-0 against Para Hills. That thanks to Sportal and One World LED. Mullen. His header towards goal is wide. Into additional time now. And at our referee, Dennis Palaszczuk's discretion. That's a lovely touch on there from Stam and puts him in on the left. Has options in the middle. Allgate gets there first. And it comes off Osby last. Oh no. Referee has changed his mind and will be a goal kick for Playford. Seems that FK Beograd have gotten one before half-time to make it 1-0 up at Carina Reserve against Sturt Lions. Sturt, another team with plenty of injuries around the squad at the moment. That's a lovely switch ball for Garuccio. Battistella is a bit wider than perhaps he'd like to be. Stam is the option in the middle for the cutback. Rahidi looking to try and get there first. But Sean Harvey, with his experience, sliding in to concede the corner. Perhaps a last attack for United before the halftime whistle is blown. Corner goes into the centre, headed away, but only as far as Garuccio. Ospai doing well to keep the Reds out as we end the half at 0-0. Adelaide United in control. Playford just struggling at the moment to find themselves in the match. No goals for either side. Don't go anywhere. I'm sure there's plenty more action to come in the next 45 minutes here at Service FM Stadium. Halftime score is Adelaide United 0, Playford City 0.
G'day, Hamish here, reminding you everyone has a right to get home safe. There's no text, lost snack, backseat argument or hair emergency that's worth taking your eyes off the road for a moment. This is going to sound crazy, but not even a French fry. Keep your eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, and choose not to drive when you're tired, upset or under the influence. Pull over if you need to. And why not take a sec to pledge to drive so others survive? But again, later, when you get home.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
drama seemed inevitable, didn't it? It was George Blackwood again.
And if you're watching the Burke game, they have a habit of scoring a late goal. It's a second. He switches it, finds Styles in some space. Styles on his left, hits it, and it's in! Styles makes it 2-0. With the 52nd minute recorded. Styles in ages of space. Shot in! Lorenzo Maselli makes it 2-1. And the numerical advantage pays off a little bit. 1 hour gone here.
I think the thing that most people don't realise about being a referee is how much we train. We often train twice a week as a group. Then we have coaching sessions where we go through videos and look back at past few weeks. And then any of the outside of training stuff that we do, like our gym work and watching matches back and all that. All the extra time outside of match days are the big things for us. What makes it more than just blowing a whistle is understanding football and all the different layers of football, and then adding on top of that we then have to be impartial and understand the emotion of football, and then find that balance between understanding the emotion and then understanding the laws. I've had a few grand finals that I've been lucky to be a part of, and in those kind of games with the crowds and the energy, I can just tell that the football match that's going on is so entertaining, and that I'm lucky to have one of the best seats in the house for it.
I just want to make an impact.
Hop in.
Where are we going?
There are so many career paths with SAPOL, from operations to CSI. You could walk the beat or work somewhere a little quieter. If you want to make a difference, there's a career at SAPOL for you.
Hey, it's going to be all right.
Call up the search.
Find where you belong in blue. Search SAPOL Careers.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
So the Youth Club Championship, we've designed a structure where the under 13s, under 14s, under 15s and 16s all compete together as one club. They'll play at the same venue, they'll play one after each other. It allows the technical director to be at the venue to help educate and look after the coaches, and also there's a focus on player development.
Players are now knowing where they are at and the pathway to follow each year. If they continue with the YCC, they should be in a position where they can go into senior football. It's a lot clearer around the steps they need to take to keep tracking as a player.
We've created an additional YCC training session or seminar night. All the players involved had the opportunity to do an extra additional skills session development plan, and we had Adrian Stanter coming in to talk about how to become a more professional player from a younger age.
The fact that as a club we are investing heavily in the juniors to ensure that we're putting those tools in place that the YCC is wanting from us, that's certainly bringing around some benefits to the club and to junior development across the board.
Everyone's trying to obtain points for their club, but also with a strong focus on how do we create a competition where players can play against like players.
The one thing I have noticed is it's been a bit more focused on getting the balance right. So, trying to keep the best teams playing against each other throughout the entire year and not having this big disparity between one team or another, one club or another.
So what it has allowed us to do is have quality games every week, which has benefited the competition and given the girls a chance to sort of understand what it's like to play at that elite level. While development is a good focus, the YCC does bring out the aspect of results as well, which helps find that balance for players to transition to senior football.
So I think with the YCC structure now in place, there's become a better level, and with a better level there's been higher intensity within our sessions, and that's allowed for greater development in terms of a player technically, tactically, and that's given them the best chance to keep improving their game.
Yeah, look, I think there's certainly brought around a lot of excitement to the club on YCC Day. The club's buzzing, a lot of the parents and players really enjoy seeing the kids play and what is really now an elite pathway in junior football in our state.
Something that resonated with me right on the onset was about connecting a budding footballer with the right coach with the right club, and the right club being part of the right football environment. So the YCC tells me that this has been a fantastic implementation by Football South Australia.
Welcome back to Service FM Stadium. 0-0 between Adelaide United and Playford City at the half-time break. Adelaide, much so, in control of the match. Playford perhaps just needing to wake up a little bit and find that extra something in this second half. I'm your commentator, Seb O'Neill. It's delighted to have your company on this afternoon where the rain has held off since kickoff was pouring down only a few hours earlier. As Playford coming for an early chance here. Babasaki looking for the cutback. Nicola able to get rid of. And now United themselves try to launch on a counter. Rahidi takes the option behind him. Now back with Blazovic. Nicola. Couldn't get his ball through Harris. There's Xavier Pratt, who's now come on at half-time, the New Zealander. Had started all of Playford's previous 10 league fixtures. Now making his impact from the bench this afternoon. Just trying to who it is in place of. Might be Patrick McGregor. Here's Penendez. Offside anyway. Ethan Cox. Mullen to get on the loose ball. Tried to put it down the wing for Penendez, but instead went right out. Xavier Pratt. And that's well won back by Rahidi. Couldn't get past Woolard. Kasumovic holding off Babasaki. He was claiming to have been fouled, but nothing given by our referee, Dennis Palashai. And United move forward here swiftly. That's a nice ball put in for Battistella on the tight angle. Cuts it back, looking for the tap in. And it's only the side netting it finds. Hey, first great chance of the half for Adelaide United. Probably one of their most clear cut of the match too. The Playford defence doing just enough to keep the Reds out. Kasumovic having to chase this one down and go back to the captain and Ethan Cox. A little battle between two there. No fouls in it. Cameron Harris tries to whip in his cross. And I was only saying a few minutes ago, the rain has now come in. Mullen trying to look from distance here. But nothing to challenge Ethan Cox. The rain had been threatening itself throughout this match, and it's finally come down now. Not too sure how the players will feel about it. It is cold out there too. It's about 15 degrees here. So the cold weather and now the heavy shirts, I'm sure too. Luckily for the crowd here as well as myself, we're all under cover, except for those few behind the Playford City goal as the Adelaide United support. They're happy to brave the elements with just an umbrella. The floodlights coming on now too as well. Cameron Harris to take this throw. Has scored a goal this year, was in the reserves competition for Playford against Croydon in round 2. Actually, they did end up winning 2-1. As Playford win a free kick here. And Dan Ryan to take it. It is bucketing down now. Ryan to put in the ball. It's low. It comes over, it flicks, it's trying to find a final touch towards goal. Instead it's Stan to try and flick it away. There's McGregor, he didn't go off. I'm still not too sure who did come for Playford in the end. We'll try and spot it in the half. Blazovic, his touch on wasn't enough. And then coming in on the challenge there. Will be a booking. Jarden Asiri was that booking. He's the one who's also come on at half-time. That ball goes all the way over and out for a goal kick. Making their way forward are the Reds. It's a ball into the centre, which has been called for offside. Had it flicked on, Harris to try and benefit from it. Pushed off the ball, no. Maybe by Battistella, not called. Maybe just got away with on there, did Alex Battistella. Mullen. On the header initially. Nasiri to Garuccio, and then he switches the ball wide. There's two options in Battistella and Stan making the run in forward. Garuccio stuck on that wing. Blazovic now with the option on the left. If he does choose to use him, he does, but the ball had too much on it to be kept in. Babasaki looking for that first goal in about 4 matches. Here's the Japanese attacker. Joined from Valago Akoma in the Japanese 5th tier. He was a part of a relegation battle with them, finished 1 point from the drop last season. Now with a side in Playford looking to try and challenge for the title, but those ambitions perhaps just being stalled by their recent form. No wins in their last 3. And with this scoreline as it is, will be 4 matches without a win. 2 draws and a loss since that massive win against Para Hills Knights in round 8, winning 8-1. Here come the Reds. That's a nice ball through, trying to be flicked back by Battistella. It was a good idea, just not executed well enough. Harvey. That one launched. Sumovic first, and then put out by Daniel Ryan. He's been at Playford for 6 years now, since 2020, the former FK Beergrad player. Junior as well with both the Downs and Salisbury United. Nicola. Battistella trying to hold off Ethan Allgate. It's the 1-2 back from Blazovic. Out wide now is Riyad Rahidi. Couldn't get past McGregor. I think it's Bailey Truscott, the one that came off at half-time. Just as I'm getting there in the end. I think Daniel Wojcik came off for Sajad Nasiri in midfield. Nicola slips, but keeps it in play. And now Stam against Allgate. Stam still goes, looks for the cutback. Prevents the corner. Ryan, a bit too much in front of him, just second-guessing himself, I think, there too. Monga, pulled by Ryan, winning the free kick. Taladera, his pass perhaps loose, Blazovic getting a touch. But now McGregor. Sliding in there strongly was Monga, and a free kick won and a yellow card given to Israel Monga. In his 10th match for Adelaide United in the NPL, his second start. Ryan, it's a high ball. Cox punches away strongly. There's a Playford player just struggling at the moment. It's Christos Penendes. Hume in the drop ball. Cox rolls towards Blazovic. pass there, far too loose. Down the wing here from McGregor, has to battle off. Another one of his former teammates in Fezo Kusumovic. Stella might get on the end of this one. Allgate flicks it off his head first. Stella, though, retrieving from a second touch. Will look to take on the Playford left back. Now looks for options. Back to Mawal Nicola. Stam. Looks to get to the byline. Looking for the ball into the centre, but cut out enough. Adelaide United all over Playford at the moment. Even with the amount of passes they are giving away at times, Playford just seem to be second best. But still, the scoreline at 0-0 means it's anybody's game, as Adelaide United now bring on substitutes. What's up? Mapandawana, one of them, as well as Chris Irakosi. Off comes Liam Stam as one of those. And now Irakosi will come on for Riyad Rahid in a strong starting debut. Not too sure what is happening at the moment. Our referee in the box of the Adelaide United bench. Seemed to be fine enough to get back underway. Not too sure what the delay was for, but whatever it was seems to be fine now. Irakosi with his first touch right off the bench. And now Mapandawana with his. Finds Blazovic nicely. The substitutes already combining early on. Taladira trying his luck from distance. Trying to inject something more for the Reds. That's well found to Nicola. Nicola, he's on here. Here's the shot. Osby up to the task. Fezo Kusumovic beating Babasaki in a header. Very much a height mismatch between those two. Garuccio. Stella. Too much on it for Garuccio there. Blazovic fouls his man. And Pratt wins the free kick as we see Playford now make a return substitute of their own. Jackson Kurtz to come on. And off is Cameron Harris. Unable to get a goal back against his former side. Jackson Kurtz on. And what is his 7th consecutive year at Playford City. Over 150 matches in the first team for the 24-year-old. Penendez. Here is Kurtz. Goal kick for United. This crowd has built up here at Jeps Cross as well to see these two sides do battle. Of course, with both the men's and women's A-League season over, this is the only Adelaide United team currently playing competitive football. Of course, as well as their reserves. Nasiri. Again, Penendez pressing from the front. Gruccio. And referee Dennis Palaszczuk just slipping in the middle of the pitch there. Nearly also getting in the way of the attack. Managed to style it off well enough. And here's the ball from McGregor. He has Taladera on him. Doesn't win anything from the final touch. From around the grounds, Croydon 2-0 up against Para Hills Knights. Just about to hit past the hour, and FK Beograd 1-0. They are 67 minutes in to their fixture over at Carina Reserve. This one's still at 0-0. That one's high. Headed by Allgate. Touchdown by Nasiri. Now Babasaki having to chase that one down right to the line. Takes on Taladera. Puts it in the middle for Ryan perhaps, but Monga getting there first, but maybe just tweaking something. Nasiri. Pandawana finds the pass, but nothing sticks. Monga. His pass back. Maybe gets lucky as Penendez doesn't keep it. Nicola will get a second throw down the line. Nicola commits the foul against Xavier Pratt. Ryan flicking on his header. And they get forward again. 4 against 4. That is Stella. Gets enough of the touch, another poke through. That does come off the chest of Harvey despite protests from the Adelaide United side of things here. Abasaki now. He gets the touchdown. Nasiri. His first match since round 5, where they drew 1-1 with Croydon. For Nasiri. A Joey as well. Youth level international for Australia. Junior of 2 clubs not far from here. Para Hills Knights just down the road, and Adelaide Croatia Raiders just behind us here at Service FM Stadium. A walk away. Not even a lengthy walk at that. Cox having to come out, and he clears into the 5-a-side pitches. 20 minutes left. in this round 12 fixture. Playford looking to try and at least jump the Metro Stars for now in second before they play against Campbelltown City tonight. Burkalla at this point in time currently sitting 4 points clear at the top of the NPLSA table. That's a loose one across the box there. That is Stella. That's a lovely little touch there. And then a second nearly. That was well done by the defence there. They work in tight spaces so well to Adelaide United. Mapandawana takes one, looks to take a second. Finds the ball back to Nasiri. Back to Mapandawana. Has Nicola to his right and does use him. Nicola back central and touched on. That is Stella off the face, I think, there of Ben Woolard. Nasiri again. Garuccio is touched loose. Forces himself back. Lazovic. Rakosi. His ball unable to find another teammate in red. Babasaki trying to put on the pressure against Monga. And Babasaki wins out. Doesn't have too many options to contend with though. Shot of Babasaki. Now only getting options in support. Kurtz. Back to Babasaki. Shot of Babasaki goes himself. And that one's way wide. Even in his young career in South Australia, we have, or would expect more from Shota Babasaki. That one not quite hitting the mark. Doing well to keep it there was McGregor. Ball comes in high. Cox will let it go over him. Will stay in. Cox again. Having to think late. Kurtz. His cross to no one in particular. Playford have enough back to prevent from immediately countering, but that's a loose pass. They get themselves out of it. Kurtz has immediately been put to work since coming on. Ryan. Whips in a ball. It's a header, which goes away. McGregor chasing it down to be kept in. Doesn't matter either way, he'll have the throw. Jackson Kurtz is there, and he's used as the option. Babasaki looks for the cut back. It goes over, headed upwards, and then the same again, and then the same again. Put down by Pratt. He'll get it at his feet here, the Kiwi. Cross in from Mullen. Kasumovic gets enough of a touch. McGregor now in. Now Dan Ryan. He only finds side netting. Last 15 minutes. Nasiri. Playford ever so slowly getting back into this one. Babasaki. His ball flies across Cox's box. That's another one given away. If you can find an option here. Cut out. Another cross. Only away by Blazovic. Headed back into the area. Upwards by Pandawana. I think that was. Edge of the box is Kurtz. Blocked in a corner. Sturda found an equaliser against FK Beergrad at Corinna. Making that 1-1 there. Croydon still 2-0 up against Para Hill. Actually, I think it might be 3 now. Still fighting for the opener here. Nearly 78 minutes in. Playford now find themselves in the ascendancy. Corner gets delivered at the back post. It's punched away by Cox. Kurtz to get it. Doesn't keep it on the touch. That's well done by Cozy on 2 occasions. The third just about as well. And now it's a 3-on-2 for Adelaide. Up against Harvey. Goes from distance, but that one's over. Right into their own fans. Nicola. Goes across. It's a risky decision, but it worked out. Bandawana puts in his ball. It flies to the back post. Could this be it? It was missed by Alex Ballestella. Another that is missed by the Reds. Come again, though. Cross goes up. Touchdown. Back out wide. Pandawana trying to find his angle. Unselfishly goes back to Nicola. He puts the ball in. Only as far as the edge of the box here. A first time hit. Osby again. Getting put to work. Adelaide United seemingly having just lost their way this past 10 minutes. Playford have had a good period. Adelaide United trying to find themselves back in a good period. Nicola. That one's into the stands and nearly into me. Oh, caught by one of the members of our crowd here. Good turn by Nasiri. Talavi. But Estella has been threatening all game. That one loose again. Nicola. Mapandawana. Ball goes right out. And, well, Nicola is down in some discomfort. Will be seen upon by the trainer. Last 10 minutes. Will we have a winner? Adelaide United readying a substitute, and it will be a first team debut for Declan Cooper in Dambuki. It was his first involvement in a first team squad this afternoon, and on it he gets his debut, and he will slot into the back line in play. Apologies for that, we just had a slight technical difficulty, but we are back. Just to finish off on my previous point, Declan Cooper in Dambuki coming on for his first team debut, will slot in at the back in place of Mawal Nicola. And now a free kick for Playford, 7 minutes left to go. It's high, goes upwards. You're a cozy. Now to Cooper and Dambuki. His pass doesn't find another teammate in red. And now Ryan. Abasaki on his left. Dan Ryan goes himself. Looking for something spectacular late on. Ball over the top. Leaves for Chris Irakosi to chase. That's a strong challenge. Fairly though. Thrown for Adelaide. Cooper and Dambuki to take the throw. Blazovic goes into midfield with Taladira. Three here for Garuccio. Cutback doesn't find a forward. Here's Playford. About to have another 0-0. A second in 3 weeks. It's an unconvincing header from Kurtz. Gets away with it with the goal kick. Playford to make a sub now too. Bringing on Anthony Pictionary for Daniel Ryan. His 11th appearance, has played in all matches now so far this season, started in 7 of them. The former Campbelltown City player. Hopefully looking to come on and make his impact. If he is to score, it will be a long time in between his last one. Last scored back in round 4 of the 2023 season for Campbelltown. So it would be a drought-breaking goal if he is to do so. Back by Kurtz to Ospai. His ball right to Cooper and Dambuki. Now Kasumovic, he's been very solid at the back today as Fazo. Taladira. That one upwards and out. Babasaki does get the ball down and holding it up for runners in behind. Kurtz was there, but Babasaki found himself caught. And that's a well-timed challenge from Pishinari, but not enough to keep it as his throw. Cooper and Mbuki. Now Nasiri. Cox. Would be his third clean sheet of the season if he is to keep one this afternoon. Played the 6 matches in the NPL last year, didn't keep any. This is his 7th NPL match already this afternoon. Away by Allgate. Hirokozi. Now Taladira. They're building the Reds. Switch by Monga. Taladira, Harvey first to clear. Croydon now 4-0 against Para Hills. Sturton Beergrad locked at 1-1 with about 2 minutes left as we are here at 0-0. That one's found its way through the ball. It's a long ball that goes out of play immediately. There needs to be late drama now for either side to get something meaningful out of this match. Leaping high was Allgate, won their header, but couldn't keep possession. Pandawana, been alive off the bench as that ball comes in. Last minute. Pandawana, only senior goal came in round 1 of last season against Adelaide Croatia Raiders, where it was a late winner. If he is to do the same again here against Playford at the start of the second half of the season. Intensity needing to pick up too. That one's given away, as is that one. Final 10 seconds of regular time. Garuccio. Cleared forward. Babasaki needing to win this header for Playford. Monga doesn't get the touch. Kasumovic gets it with his head. Cooper and Dambuki. Now Blazovic finds the wide ball. Batistella gets the touchdown. He's had multiple opportunities to perhaps win the game already tonight. Cross is headed away. Loose touch by Mullen, uncharacteristically. Into additional time and at the referee's discretion. Tries his luck from distance. And whistles past Luke Ospey's right post. And maybe both sides resigned to the fact that there will be no goals and there will be no 400th NPL goal for Adelaide United this afternoon. Pratt Cooper and Dambuki will take the throw now. Crucio loses sight of the ball. Missionary, his touch isn't kept. Crucio, foul on him. Much to the dismay of the Playford crowd. Many are still sticking around for the final minutes of action here. Last chance, perhaps, for United to get something. Cox coming up, just testing. In from Taladera, the header goes backwards, and it will be a corner. Delivery into the middle. Osprey gets a touch. Ball goes upwards. Behind the goal. Goal kick. I think perhaps United were claiming a handball possibly, but I'm not too sure as Playford try and launch forward themselves. Awasaki, his touch doesn't keep down. Croyd now with a 5-0 lead against Para Hills. That one very much done and dusted with 5 minutes left. Sturt and FK Beograd also in additional time with Sturt now leading 2-1. A comeback from them at home. Nasiri. Garuccio. Now it's Battistella. Tries to use his muscle, but unfairly. There will be a booking, I think, for talking back to the referee for Luka Blazovic. Late change for Playford, it seems, and it will be Mustafa Ibrahim, another who's this afternoon, it was his first team debut in a matchday squad, and he will make his first team debut. The 16-year-old's a big moment for him. Went to the Emerging Socceroos Championships, a part of that under-16 squad. Already has the 3 goals across under-18s and reserves football for Playford so far this season. And he's looking to come on and be their difference maker. And as if Adelaide United don't get something of their own. A slip there. They regain it. Leaping was Kurtz and fouled too. Must be in at the 4th or 5th minute now of added time. All but Osprey in the attacking half. It's launched high. Down. Garuccio flicks it up. And that is where full time is called. Again, Adelaide United perhaps in control of majority of the match. Playford with a few moments. But it is a stalemate, which ends 0-0 here at Service FM Stadium between Adelaide United and Playford City. Neither side able to penetrate the either's goal. And all in all, a disappointing afternoon for both sides. I've been Seb O'Neill. It's been great to have your company this afternoon. Of course, Metro Stars and Campbelltown City in the men's NPL kicking off later tonight. And of course, don't forget the Adelaide derby tomorrow afternoon at Kilburn between West Adelaide and Adelaide City. There is WNPL action on as well currently between West Adelaide and Metro Stars, and tomorrow afternoon as well between Burkalla and Football SA NDC. Modbury Vista and Flinders also on this afternoon. Thanks for joining us here in Jeps Cross. Full-time score between Adelaide United and Playford City. Here's Adelaide United 0, Playford City 0.